hello, beautiful people. Welcome back again to Beyond Roundtable podcast. We are here back again, and we have amazing alumni in the room. Today's topic is amazing. We are going to be talking about commitment. I'll say it was one of the hardest things, but with the guests that we have, they are going to break it down to something easier and learnable. I want to start with the lady in the house.
Okay.
I've been knowing this amazing person for quite some time now. I was fortunate enough. Castella, why don't you tell the people following us who are you? Who is Castella?
Okay, as you mentioned, thank you so much. My name is Castella Chinta Ineza, however you can call it. And I am a graduate of Rwanda Coding Academy, one of the school in iLead program. But that's not where I started my journey with the iLead program. I started iLead program when I was in O-level in Collège de Castella Nyanza. So it has been a long journey, but a journey equipped with growth and improvement.
Thank you so much. I really want to say that it is an honor. It's an absolute honor to be having a face like this, like Castella's that I've been seeing all over in iLead, different programs that were prepared by iLead. And your school particularly was awarded in one of the events as one of the schools that owned the program. And it is an honor again to have you, someone with such a background. Without further ado, we have a gentleman in the house. It's an absolute honor to have you, sir. What is your name? Merci. I just said it.
Just mentioned.
Sorry. Who are you? What should people know who are following us?
Basically, is my name. My name is Merci and I'm a graduate from Cornerstone Leadership Academy.
Yeah.
That's where I did my advanced level.
Wow.
But I first came in contact with iLead from my former school, called the Science of Jimana. But it was, back then, I was in O-level and it was in A-level. So I could always go borrow a book from A-level, but I was so glad we were exposed to it for the whole 3 years in Cornerstone. Yeah, well,
Whoa.
Okay.
I choose
Everyone
my
should know the
friend.
person we are talking about here.
Actually, yes.
The guy was borrowing iLead books before he was exposed to the program.
Well,
We want to know what he learned from, don't we?
the book. Yeah.
Today we are going to be talking about commitment. Such an important yet difficult concept. And particularly, we're going to be shedding light on being young, bold, and responsible. I did forget to mention that Merci was the first in the country. So we're going to be tackling commitment and excellency. Ladies and gentlemen, he is a person fit for this conversation. And Castella, coding, let's start there. I want some answers. Like, when you hear commitment, what comes into your mind? Let's start with Castella.
Okay, thank you. When I hear commitment, I hear the two words, start and finish. And when we say commitment, it has to be a combination of those two words. Nothing has to miss. And I mean, in the iLead program, I've learned that about commitment is that victory is given to the one who finishes, not the one who starts. Starting is very easy, but finishing is another thing.
A lot of us start.
Yeah, you can start. Even
I
you can think
see.
about something. About a project. That's also a part of commitment. But it's not full when you don't finish that project. So that's
see.
all I hear about commitment.
Wow. That's an important part. So there is a starting point and ending. And like commitment feels like according to you, like a ladder that gets you from one point to the other.
Yeah.
That's a good way to see it. Merci to
Yes.
you. I know, even though coding wasn't easy, I know PCB, doing iLead, extracurricular activities. It's a lot.
Yeah, sure.
It's
Yeah,
a lot. We can
sure.
conclude that it is a lot. How many subjects did we do again? Seven?
How many? 7. How many did we do in national?
Should I also
Physics,
count?
chemistry, biology, sub math, English, entrepreneurship. Oh my
The way
god!
he still remember this.
All sciences, basically.
All sciences.
Wow. And combining all that, I think it required commitment and carrying it throughout the year until the very end in terms of secondary school until you're like, here's what I learned. And everyone in the country was like, yeah, merci, you learned. You studied. What is commitment to you?
To me, commitment is the difference between ideal world and real world.
Wow.
In ideal world, when you invest in efforts, it brings in results. It's cause and effect.
Yeah.
But in the real world, things are very, very different
I see.
because this is the start, as Castella said, and you invest in energy and you see nothing.
Whoa.
And you don't see any results. So I can say that commitment is your ability to remain investing efforts, remaining with grit, hard working, even when you are not seeing that your efforts are bringing the results you desired at the
Wow.
beginning.
Wow. That's a very good point. You talked about maintaining the zeal, even though we don't see the outcome, and I think it is not a point that is talked about many times. In real world, we sometimes invest things and we don't see the result.
Yes, absolutely.
Wow, and your point is commitment is keeping the zeal on the grid even though you don't see the outcome.
100%.
It is an honor to have you guys. I'm learning a lot, and I think people who are following us are going to be learning a lot from you. I want to define some key terms we are going to be using before we dive into your guys' experience. Do you think I want commitment to go alongside excellency? Do you think excellence is a system or a gift? And Castella, the same question, because it is easy to conclude that Castella, she's gifted, she's outgoing, she's energetic. Of course, she's gifted, she's intelligent, coding. It is easy to say. It is easy to say, Mel. So of course you are a genius. You're born a scientist. What do you mean? What do you mean? You nail physics like it's nothing. Do you think it's a system or it's a gift?
For me, I think it's both.
Oh,
In the yeah,
I didn't see that coming.
yeah, because in the journey of excellence, there are some gifts, you know. But why I say that it's not only gifts. Gift, I can say it's an opportunity. This person was lucky to go here. This person was lucky to get this, and it's of course understandable. Not all people who study hard get to get those excellent marks. Not all people who invest in business get to succeed. There comes that thing of luck, and luck is not, as many people understand, is when the opportunity comes and finds that we've already prepared. So I can say that it is on one side a gift, but let's not forget that luck won't carry you anywhere if you didn't have preparation. It's the system of being able to create conditions around you and the correct mindset that will allow you to take your journey to the next step. When this opportunity comes to find you prepared, when this new book comes, it will find you when you already have the habit of reading books.
You already have a time on your
Yeah.
schedule of reading. Wow.
Yes, because the book can come and only one person will read it, and then one person succeeds and they're like, he's lucky, whatever. But he got the opportunity to see excellence as a gift that requires you to first prepare a system for it.
Oh, can you give us a case scenario in Messi's life where it's both a system and a gift?
Yeah. For example, one can say, Merci, there is no reason for you not being the first because in your O-level, you went to... In your O-level, you went to École des Sciences Byimana, and in your A-level,
And
you
we
went
know
to...
them.
Yeah. And in your A-level, you went to Cornerstone Leadership Academy. So that was... you can say, you know what? The excellence was just a gift. But you cannot explain how a kid from a very rural area, just all opportunities fell on that person. It's the hard work, it's the commitment, it's the investing in efforts in P6 to get in a good school, which is a gift, and then you use all resources there, and then you are gifted another chance to go in a school like Cornerstone Leadership Academy, and then you also, when you reach there, you also create systems that work for you, and then you succeed. So it's they connect, they are interconnected.
Yes, and I mean, I relate to that. We were classmates.
Yeah.
You had a lot of to do this. I think you had a particular book for that.
Yeah.
And there was no seconds between one activity and another. It was so busy, and you managed being an athlete.
Yes.
You know, you were so much into sports, so much into academics, and so much into leadership, everything. And I think, as people say, some people skip the hard work part. So there was hard work.
Yeah.
And there was luck, because some people applied with your marks at Cornerstone and they didn't get in.
Yes.
Oh, okay, I see. Castella,
Interesting.
back
That's
to you.
nice.
Before we dive deep, in your case, is excellency, because we don't want to be committed alone. We want to bring this together with output, and that is excellency. What is excellency in your opinion, a system or a gift?
In my opinion, I would give an example. I think excellency is all about system, because there is who you are already. If you're gifted, you have the talent, you're very excellent in doing things, like you're passionate about what you're doing. For instance, I didn't get to introduce myself as that, but I'm currently a CEO of a company called Axiom Fold.
Wow.
That's a tech company, and we're doing an amazing job in technology. We build websites, systems, trainings, consultancy, everything.
Wow.
But I don't think that to be successful to that level, it was my dream when I was still in high school, but it wasn't about the talent, because if it was a talent, I still had the talent there, but I wouldn't be able to initiate such a company and operate it. But the reason why I'm saying that it's a system, it's about the strategies that you use. Yes, you might be a good speaker. Like, for instance, take an example of a person who cooks, a chef. Like, they have a talent to cook. But sometimes if you don't go with the strategy of the trendings, like you might come, you're good at cooking rice, but maybe you're in the hotel, people don't want rice. They're like, what's rice? What do you mean? But you go with the trendings, like what I can say it. You have to go as the world is going. Because if you can have that talent, you're good at cooking rice, but people reject you, like, we don't want your rice. That's the same thing that happened to me. I had to learn a lot of strategies and know how, like, how do we start a company when you're young, when you're at a young age. You don't have connections, you don't have, people don't know you, they don't trust in you. But you know that you have the talent of coding, you have a talent of starting a business or starting a project. You present the project, you have a very good pitch, but people are like, no, we don't want that one. Yet you have that good talent in you. So I think to have excellency, you need a system, you need other ingredients to put in that can support your talent.
Yeah.
So I can call it, just in a simple word, is like a talent is like burning a fire, but those strategies that you use or the systems that you're in is like a fuel that keeps the fire burning.
Wow.
Yeah, that's how I can say that.
We now know about what you guys think about commitment and excellency, because you have exercised both, and it's an ongoing journey. We're still required to exercise it. But let's dive more into today's topic, commitment. You talked about how commitment is keeping, when you keep the zeal, the grit, even though that you don't see the results. And that can be very discouraging, because we want results. We want, if I'm studying hard, I want grades. So this leads me to my next question. Is commitment, again, emotionally or a system? Is it because there is motion going on. If I study really hard and it doesn't go through, I'm discouraged. I'm sad. You're rethinking your abilities. Now I want us to go in those the exact shoes of someone who's like, oh, I want to be committed, but there is a price. There is a price of like breaking your emotions. So my question is, do you think it is emotion, like by emotion I mean like, hey, even though I fail, I have to go back and, stay motivated and all that? Or on your side, you think it's going to end anyway? Or is it a system, again, we build?
I can say that question is a bit simple. Because consider this young man who is an addict of smoking, and one day wakes up and says, you know what, I won't smoke ever again. I'm committing myself to never smoke. Have this big emotion inside me.
What is driving
this.
them? That's the emotion driving them.
That's the emotion. And then you meet the next day, they are smoking. This person do not really want to smoke, because in his emotions, that zeal, he doesn't want to smoke.
He really does. He's committed to stop
committed.
it.
This is what happens, and I'm committed. I'm going to study hard. I'm going to, stop doing this.
Yeah,
I'm going to be
do
excellent.
I lead.
Yeah.
This time, it is me and this time.
Yeah, but guess what? The person has not changed the system around him or her that causes them to do what. For example, if that's a smoking addict, he still goes with the same friends he went with. He still has some packs of cigarettes, and they can pass on them and be like, I won't smoke you, and is so much committed, but have not changed the system, the conditions around them to really bring an action. So I say that commitment is not emotion alone. When you are committed, you strive to create conditions and systems that will help you achieve your goals. If you are committed to academic excellence, there are some groups you will start to leave, there are others you will join,
Yeah,
there are
I
books
see.
you will put near you, there is a way you will change your schedule. So it's you create the perfect conditions. You don't need just emotions or I have this
Okay.
strong zeal. You
Okay,
create the
okay.
conditions.
But I get and I agree 100% that a system is very important, especially in the part of consistency and sustaining that zeal. But what is the part of that zeal again?
The zeal.
Yeah.
The zeal, I can say that it is ignited. Most of the times by emotions. Just like how you can take a candle, for a candle it has some fuel and it has like a thread,
The
a cotton thread.
the cotton
that-
thread inside, yeah.
So when you put fire, the cotton thread start to burn and it gives fire. That's the zeal you've burned the zeal, but that thread is not the one which will keep everything going.
It is the wax
It's
that
the wax, it's the fuel, and that wax is the conditions and systems that you build.
wow. Thank you. Castella, we're continuing on that question, but you're going to tell us the system, the wax. After the zeal of, you had an idea of creating your own company, excellency in coding. You had that zeal, as you said. What was the wax? What was the system? How did you build it?
Okay. Building a system is not really easy. Something I love about the system is that it's flexible. You can shift. And if something is not working, then you can shift to something else. That's why I also think that it's not about emotions. It's about also the system, because you cannot change your emotions. If you're doing something, you're very committed, but it's not working, you cannot change those emotions. You cannot tell your heart, so please calm down. No, that can't work. But then you need to change the system. So the first of all, the system, the very important element of the system is people. People you live with, who are around you, they
the
help
group.
you to grow. You know, in a plant, some plants are planted somewhere with the other plants that consume the nutrients more than the plant does, and then it ends up drying.
Yeah.
So the people you are with, they can make you dry, or they can make you even grow even bigger. So the first element of the system is the people you are with, whom you interact with. Like, they open your mind, you know. We all are part of Isomo Academy, but that's also one of the fertile environment, I think, that helped me reach to that goal that I had. Like, people who expose you to the real world, they give you a reality check. You're like, can I really do this? Or am I able to do this? I don't know if I'm making sense.
You are.
And also the second element is how you use your skills. Because so many, and where you set your sky. Sometimes you can set your sky near you, and it becomes a limit to you.
So dry.
Yes.
That's it, dry. Dream big.
Yes. You dreaming big. You can say, okay, I'm just done with high school. I'm not on the level of being a CEO. Like, what do you mean?
It's too
I mean,
much.
Like, I'm
This is for
20 and
experts.
you know, you set your sky near, and then it becomes a limit to you. But when you say that, no, I can do anything. I can do anything. Even though people will laugh at me, it sounds crazy. You just create your own system. You just create your own environment to grow. You make it fertile, or you don't. So it's about how sometimes even commitment doesn't come in when you don't even reach to the level where you need commitment. Where sometimes like you fail at the very beginning when you're starting. You're with people who don't open your mind, who don't challenge you. You also are a limit to yourself. You are also a limit to yourself. You think that you're not able of doing something big. So it's all about what you build and what's in your mindset and people around you.
Thank you so much. So I'm hearing that the system is very important, and we need to dream big.
Yeah.
In terms of commitment, set the bar high, and then change the environment, change the schedule, and all that. You gave us an example, but I want us to. You have been tackling about it's your system. it is you, it is your word, it is you. And it's an important point, because sometimes being committed it requires us to step outside of the clouds. Now you're alone. We're talking about leaving some groups, we're talking about leaving mediocrity, being an outlier, really.
Yeah. Beyond average.
Yes.
Yeah,
Beyond average.
actually.
If you know, you know. Merci, you did direct. He directed a movie, actually. You did direct a movie. I want to talk about the boldness, but also the loneliness that are coupled with commitment.
Those things that people don't see.
Yes.
The tears
Yes.
you cry in the background.
Yes.
You know.
Yes,
Hundred
because
percent.
we see success, people see results and like, hey, you're genius, hey, lucky people, avanti. The common saying of les autres. But can you take us to that boldness? Say, I took an example of you directing movies and doing PCB and I lead and all this stuff. How do you sustain it? Where do you even get the audacity to try something new? Because people are scared. Some young people are scared to start something. They have an idea. They really want to change things around them. I read the thing in I lead, and it's about commitment, and they have the zeal to change, but then they lack that boldness. What's your point on that?
Yeah, for me, I think the biggest problem is that people fear loneliness. Yeah, but leaders, obviously, if you are a leader, loneliness is part of your nature.
Wow.
Because some people want to take action when they are sure that the whole world is with them, is supporting them.
I see. We want approval.
Yeah, we want approval first, and this is a very complicated thing to understand, how you can wake up one day and have this initiative and do it alone. So what happens is that you seek other people's approval.
Because
and
you're
then,
scared.
Yeah, you're scared to be
the
around.
point.
Yeah, and then when you see that no one is, supporting you, no one say, "Oh my God, you are going to try this."
Yeah.
Obviously, this is a failure. This is wrong. And then most of people give up. I can say that when you have being able to that you have your classes to do, and you say, you know what, let me try story writing, let me try to direct a movie. I think I have this thing to do. Most obviously, you are willing to carry your vision alone when no one else is supporting you, until it shines enough for other people also to see it.
So, according to you, loneliness is a part of leadership.
Yes.
And we shouldn't be afraid to be alone.
Yeah.
Exactly.
We can seek advice, but not approval from the right source.
Yes. Have your inner circle. Not the multitude should appreciate your initiative. Let the inner circle who are going to support you, who are going to help you even become better, be the one to help you move forward.
Thank you so much. So the boldness. Castella, a word on loneliness.
I think loneliness is very sweet. And I'm that person who likes to cry. Many boys are like, you don't have to cry. Like, they hate it, And crying is also part of the loneliness, and it's one of the cure to be lonely. If you're a leader, really, you have to embrace being lonely. And I love it. I've loved it because it's a space where you feel yourself. You get a reality check, who you are. Now, if other people are removed from your life, who you are really. And that's it's one of the fuels for commitment. Sometimes when people are lonely, they end up thinking that, oh, now it's the end. But it should be a place to recheck again on yourself. So I think loneliness is very sweet, and it's something important for every leader to achieve something. Yeah.
Well, thank you so much for your take about loneliness. We are coming to the conclusion of our podcast, which was very interesting. As we conclude, I want to ask you what is one thing that you will not forget that you learned during roundtable discussions during I lead. Let's start with Merci.
For me, the first thing, maybe it's because it's the first topic, and I chose the gift of choice. Yeah, I love this quote, and many people know it, that no choice is a choice. Accepting to let your life be run by chance, luck, probability, possibility. You are already choosing, even though you said, I'm not choosing. I'll let my life run like a river. So that's the very thing. I got to understand that you know what, my life is in my hands. Nobody else is going to transform me. Nobody else
Yeah.
is going to grant me success.
Wow.
Yeah, that's, it was the first lesson, obviously, but it's remained in my mind.
Thank you.
For me, it's because sometimes the roundtable sessions would challenge our thinking. Sometimes you meet a person, you're in the same roundtable. But for me, I had a different experience because I was a leader, and sometimes people in I lead, they're like students, your fellow students are like, they have a lot of things to do, and now they're like, now I lead like there is a level of priorities which was different from mine. And one thing I've learned in the roundtable sessions is forgiveness. And this quote also stay in my mind always, that to forgive is to set a prisoner free and realize that the prisoner was you. Because as a leader, it was very hard for me. It was very heavy for me to see maybe some students who are not really getting the whole point of iLead program. And coming back to the sessions, I would not come with the anger, with like, I'm very angry, but sometimes I realize that I have to forgive them, all of them. We have a discussion together, even though we met somewhere else in the classes, you did something wrong to me, but this is a place for growth. I have to set the prisoner free, which the prisoner, I am the
Was
one.
you.
Yeah, was me. Wow. So that's all I think about I lead. I will never forget that lesson about forgiveness. Always when you forgive someone, you go out of that loneliness, that lonely space as a
Wow.
leader.
Okay. Thank you so much for the amazing conversation that we had and the insight. I would like to conclude with a golden question. What are the three values that you think that every young person should have and shouldn't compromise?
I think I would go first. Let me
Yes,
go first.
for sure.
The first one is a very funny and lovely, sweet lesson, which is teachability. This is something very hard for youth to be able to adapt to changes or to accept who they are and be able to be shaped into a new form. Some youth are like they're very heavy for them. It's very heavy for them to take a new form which is better. So I would encourage everyone who is following us to have the ability to be teachable. Like teachability is one of the when something hits you and then you come back again in a new form. And another one is self-worth, knowing who you are, really understanding you yourself and the worth you have in the community. And then the very sweeter, whatever, which is choice. Like the choice you make today will affect who you will be, your children, your children's children, and everything. So you need to be able to make good choices. And as I connect all of them, you need to choose to be teachable and know your worth in the world and like the masterpiece you are. Yeah. And coming back to self-worth and tackling on girls' part, there is a way that the society defines us.
Oh,
And
yeah.
sometimes it undermines our ability, and it obstructs our light to shine in the world. And some of them, it's about the body positivity and how the girls treat their bodies. Sometimes, nowadays, girls, they don't understand the worth of their body. Now, they're like, okay, and especially when a person tells you that you're not very beautiful, you think that you can waste your body to other people. You lose your worth, actually. And now you start to engage in sexual activities, prostitution, and everything, which is very wrong. When you understand that you're beautiful in your own way, everybody is beautiful in his or her own way. But for girls nowadays, they don't understand it. They don't understand that worth in the society. So my advice to every girl is that nobody's beautiful. You can be short, and that's cute. It's very nice to be short. So you need to understand your worth so that nobody will end up taking advantage of you, or even you destroying your life and your future.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we're hearing that
Absolutely.
when you don't have a price tag, people put
Yeah.
whichever
Yes.
price they
Yes,
want.
yes, and
Yeah,
you
if
have
you
to
don't
have
define-
standards as a girl,
If
as
you
a
don't
woman
define
girl.
it, somebody
Somebody
else will do it,
would
and
Yeah.
you
do
won't
that.
be happy with the price
Definitely,
tag they give you.
definitely. You boys are not.
I mean, yeah, innocent.
That is very good. Merci. What about you?
For me, I won't go very far from what she said, but first of all, I would begin with independence. Being able to know that you own your own life. You can choose to destroy it. You can choose to give it a better shape. So understanding that you own your very life, you own it, and then you set a vision for it, and then you have the audacity to follow it. That's what I call independence. The second thing I would say is interdependence. You should be interdependent. You should know that you are not the only living creature in the world. So you must learn and develop systems to associate with other people. That includes listening, that includes learning that when we can work together, we can achieve something bigger and better. That's essentially learning that I'm not an island on this world.
I
Yeah.
see.
And the third thing, which I love, is balanced renewal.
Wow.
Balanced
Tell
renewal.
us more.
Yeah. A person has like 4 aspects of life. There is physical, social, spiritual, and mental. When some people say, "Yeah, I'm done. I've arrived. I've learned this. I'm on a good level." But in this world, everything is moving. Our country is growing fast. The economies are moving. So, if you are standing thinking that you've arrived, others are surpassing you. The
ahead.
world is going faster than you. So, with balanced renewal, you always make sure that you are updated by physical, both financially and physically. That's why I'm an athlete. You are you are up to date. If it's social, you develop new connections. If it's mental, you read things that challenge you. You understand what is. If they say that poverty, what causes, you try to learn new things and develop your mental capability. You read every day. And when you say spiritual can be if you are a church member, you should align with the values and principles that are with your religion. And you can also, spiritual goes with the principles. You revisit your principles. You again always evaluate like which spiritual which principles that I'm personally connected to, and am I living by them? So I can say independence, interdependence, and balanced renewal are the 3 values.
Wow, thank you so much. Ladies and gentlemen, as you've heard in this amazing conversation, we are living in a distracted world, and it is being a burden for young people to step outside of the cloud, take initiatives, take the lead in their lives. We can use the examples and experiences to primarily have that commitment and dreaming big, but also sustaining the zeal with boldness and rawness and all those amazing values they told us, dependency, interdependency, knowing your worth. It is a lot, ladies and gentlemen. See you in the coming podcast, and we can't wait to have other alumni with us. It was a deal. Muganwa, thank you so much for being with us. Bye.